Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at this Spartan zero-turn mower. Customer had an issue with the start-stop button where each time you push it, it's really hard to get the correct spot to start the mower or to shut it down. We're going to replace the control panel and show you how to reprogram that so all the hours and everything are correct when you go to do a repair like this. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as we go along if you enjoy the content. This control panel I have been critical of before. In my opinion, to just replace a PTO switch, it's kind of aggravating that you've got to put in a $300 control board if something like that goes out, but I do not see a lot of them. Again, in this case, I think the rubber's just bad at the start-stop switch, and that's why it's very temperamental. On this, there's 4 H4 bolts that are holding the control panel on. We'll remove those. This thing has 187.1 hours on it. The true hours are 186.1. I was doing a little playing with it, making sure I remembered the procedure. It's been a while since I've done it, and I did reset it. You do have to be careful because once you set it, it will not let you go back down with your hours. You can go up, but you can't go down. Remove this panel. And now we can clearly see our control panel, our control board right here. Break out that 9mm deep well so we can get this off. There's one nut on either side. Just a lock nut. You can take off the clip. All you have to do is push here and then it pulls straight out. Some people recommend disconnecting the battery cable. Some people says it doesn't matter. Do it however you'd like. I've never had any issues with it, and it is not in the instruction manual to disconnect the battery. Just pry in between here. And that just kind of holds the control panel in place. And then we'll just pull this straight out. Now we're completely free. That's all there is to removing it. This replacement is going to be a 486-0058-00. That is not the same for all of these. Some of the ones with EFIs or with different engines take a different board than this. So make sure that you're checking based on your model and serial number and get the correct board. Otherwise, you're going to have a $300 paperweight. Nice and shiny. Same everything. All good there. Put it back in. And we're just going to plug it in just like the other one was. I think I'm actually going to get that bracket on there first just to give me a little bit more room to work with. Could be better to take the bracket off first, or I'm sorry, the wire off first before you mess with the bracket also. The good part about this is I've only done a handful of them. They've been out for quite a while, so maybe I'm being a little too critical of the design. It just doesn't seem feasible to replace a PTO switch that would be $20 on another machine and on this one it's 300. To me, that says what you want to do is you want to sell parts, which I understand as a company. You want to make money, but we're going to look at the back of the original one, and it's telling you all about this bracket. Mounting bracket should have approximately 1/8 of an inch of deflection between bolts after securing. Do not over tighten. So that's showing exactly how much deflection here should be. And it looks like when I almost got them tight that they were right there where they should be. Not rocket science. We'll reconnect this now. That's good. Clean all this junk out of here real quick while we're at it. Many times you're going to find mouse nests and stuff when you get down in there. Get our 4 bolts for the control panel back in. I always like to use a little bit of anti-seize when we're doing this. These control panel bolts, although they are stainless steel, I get them seized up quite a bit on this model and on many of the other models out there. The preset code for this is going to be 2412. That'll get you to start to begin with. I am not on the seat right now, so it won't let me actually start it. I'm not going to do that yet, but that is the preset code it comes with. So if you want to change your code, we can go ahead and hold 1 and 2. Guess we'll do that first. Change code. You enter your new code. Let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you'll pull up on the PTO button. Enter code again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push the PTO down, and it's saved. Code is saved. So that's how you set your new code for your machine. To set the hours, you're going to use the mechanic mode code, which is 3, 2, 1, 2, 4. Now it's going to say mechanic mode on the screen. To change the hours, we'll hold the hour meter. It's going to come up as set, and we're going to use the 4 to go up and the 1 to go down. I'm going to go to 186.1. You want to make sure once you set this, you can't go back down. So don't set this at too high if you don't remember exactly what you need it to be at. 183. You can go back down now with the 1 button individually. If you hit it, it'll go by tenths. If you hold it, it'll go by hours. 186.1, and I can go back down with the 1 again if I need to. 186.1. As soon as that's there, you're going to hold the hour button, and then you'll pull up on the PTO switch. Once that's there, it's going to say saved. And your hours are saved. You can push your PTO switch down. And now we're at that hours. It seems to me just about every other function of this keypad is available online with a quick Google search. If you need to reset the change oil light or message or do anything like that, Google it. It's all out there. I'm not going to bother with any of that. This one, though, was one that I never saw online by anybody else. So here it is. Hopefully that helps somebody program their new controller if you have one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the content and I helped you out.